Hello, I'm Joanne Turner reporting for Total Telecom at Carriers World in London this week, and I'm talking to David Hiscock and Paul Clough from Genband. David, welcome guys. So David, first of all, let's start by sort of talking a bit about who Genband are as a company.
Genband, thank you, Joanne. So Genband is an innovative company grown by our own organic growth, but also inorganic. We buy quite a few companies over the previous few years, specialising in contextual communications. But really, if you look at Genband's history, a lot of session border controllers into the wholesale IPX markets, especially showing that today in the IPX conference. But we also do a lot of app servers into unified communications. And we've got a very large install base in about 2/3 of the tier ones across the planet. What we're really doing today is highlighting some of our virtualized applications, but also driving a lot of additional value-add services that we can give to our operator customers in the area of maybe our Candy Cloud, such as driving a lot of extended reach applications and really offering a value-added services to some of those operators over and above their normal wholesale carrier minutes business.
Okay, so you're really helping that transformation of wholesalers then and that innovative service piece for them.
Yes, as some of the speakers said today, in some of the core markets, some of the traditional markets, that's a plateauing business. Some of the new markets, Middle East into Asia, they're still growing, which is good news. But really what we're trying to do is make some of those offerings a little bit more value add, get a higher ARPU for some of the basic services, and then extend that out into maybe new market areas for them, into the enterprise market or up and down the food chain. So some of our offerings, really, if you look at some of the features and functionality, they've been around for 15, 20 years, but now we're able to do it in very, very low operational cost that drives a very sticky proposition to some of these operators into their customers.
Okay, so Paul, perhaps you can sort of tell us a little bit more about the technical side and some of the Genband product offerings and the sort of the added value service stuff.
Certainly. So the Genband has seen our traditional carrier base they've seen a decline in some of the revenues from voice services because of the competition from the likes of Skype, Viber and the other over-the-top services, WhatsApp, Facebook. Everyone seems to be getting in on the act and stealing minutes out of traditionally voice minutes. So Genband have developed, really we call it Candy, which is software as a service, where we can provide a white label, fully hosted solution to our carrier customers. So they can provide competing over-the-top services to that same customer base. And we have a number of partnerships in place already with alliances with many carriers, so they can offer these services and then begin to build a community of interest between those different networks.
Okay, and virtualization, a really sort of key topic here this week as well and being mentioned. And obviously you've mentioned that, so you've got some of that services that you're offering on your booth here today.
We do. We've seen the drive towards virtualization, demand for virtualization across the industry. And we've taken our applications, which are all predominantly developed as software applications running on generally commercially available hardware. And we're adapting those to run in a full ETSI environment, which is more than simply just virtualizing those applications. It's making best use and efficient use of the data center resources, which really for the operators leads to a much lower cost of operation. And working in an NFV environment means they can much more quickly introduce new services and new features to keep ahead of the game and keep ahead of their competition.
Okay, and are they market ready now to be available?
Some of the applications are already deployed in our customers as virtualized applications. The ETSI NFV development is really taking that virtualization one step further, so we can scale our applications elastically, which means that they can scale as demand increases or decreases for a service, which means the operator can make best use of their data center resources. That becomes available for our operators with our introduction of the VNF manager we have for full ETSI NFV integration.
Great. Well, guys, good luck with all of that, and thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you very much indeed.